There are different types of coronavirus tests. Some tests are antibody tests, which do not look for the viral RNA or the viral proteins directly, but rather the patient's antibodies against the virus, which indicate that they have been exposed to the virus sometime in the past. Some coronavirus tests are diagnostic tests in that they do detect that you currently have coronavirus. And the test is looking for antigens, foreign proteins produced by the virus present in your system. A third type of test is commonly called a molecular test. It is a diagnostic test which can diagnose whether you currently have coronavirus, and it is probing for traces of the virus's genetic information. This test will take a patient's sample, convert any RNA into DNA, and then perform what's known as polymerase chain reaction, in which there is a series of cycles where DNA molecules are heated to become single-stranded. They are then allowed to have primers attached to them, which attach to specific sequences only, such as the sequences of coronavirus, and then new DNA complementary strands are made so that the DNA then is double-stranded, but only in the probed sequences. So for example, for coronavirus sequences. Then the cycle could be repeated again and again until millions of DNA strands are present enough to sample. So the problem might be that if coronavirus RNA is present, it's present at such low levels it can't be detected. After being amplified through PCR, it can be detected. One strategy to minimize the number of tests which need be performed is to collect samples in pools. Say, for example, you had one classroom all contribute, say, saliva samples to pool number one. One could then test that one pool, and if no one in the pool was positive, then no further testing would be needed, and thus only one test was done for this pool, which could be potentially large. If, however, as in pool 2, someone does give a positive result, you now know that someone in pool 2 tested positive for coronavirus infections, and now you could then test each individual sample which would be kept to determine which of the members of the pool tested positive.